Zion Williamson is the most talked about prospect coming into the NBA draft since LeBron James. Being compared to a player as great as LeBron instantly brings immense popularity and also can bring a lot of pressure. This pressure mostly comes from the media, who love to proclaim players as the next big thing. Zion's strengths are almost impossible to miss, and his dominant performances in college were certainly a spectacle to watch. He's a 285-pound wrecking ball who can bring the ball down the court, dunk on you, and then guard the biggest man on the other side of the court, and then come up with an incredible jaw-dropping block. With all of this, Zion has one main weakness no one is really talking about: his height. At 6'7" with shoes, Zion would be one of the smallest centers in NBA history. To me, his natural position is power forward, but I've seen and heard from many major media outlets that Zion should play center, or is going to be a center in the NBA. Zion is most definitely an athletic freak, but just last summer, before his first season at Duke, he measured in at 6'5" without shoes at the USA basketball camp. Zion would be a small ball center, and his weight would help him with that. When he enters the league, he will be the second heaviest player behind Boban Marjanovic, with Yusuf Nurkic and Andre Drummond not too far behind. Keep in mind, Boban is a 7'3" monster, and the other two are basically 7-footers. Although, I don't think Zion's height or weight will impact him in the early stages of his career, but in the long run, it just might. Right now, Zion is a freak athlete, and I hope his athleticism can stay with him his whole career. But the amount of stress that is going on his knees while being 280 plus pounds must be incredible. Eventually, he may lose his freak athleticism, and by then, he must have a reliable jump shot. In the past, there have definitely been players similar to Zion's height who have been successful as big men in the NBA. Two-time NBA champ and 4-time Defensive Player of the Year Ben Wallace only stood at 6'9" while blocking everyone's shot and completely dominating the paint. Hall of Famer and former MVP Charles Barkley only stood at 6'6", or closer to 6'4" without sneakers, and he managed to dominate the NBA during his prime. Although, there have also been players like Chuck Hayes, who most notably played center for the Houston Rockets at a height of 6'6", and struggled because of it. Now, Zion will undoubtedly have an incredible impact in the NBA, but because of his height, he definitely needs to develop a reliable jump shot, and maybe even slowly cut down his weight. In the end, Zion is helping bring back the NBA resurgence after so many years of the Warriors dominating everything, and that to me is exciting enough.